Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football back here in Houston, Texas at the Texas High School Coaches Association and Convention. Here with the head coach of those Arlington Bowie Volunteers, Coach Joseph Sam, our good buddy. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Can't complain. Can't complain. It's football season is almost here, right? I mean, when you get here to coaching school, you know when you leave, it's time to hit that go button, right?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as we get back, that Wednesday, heck, we got meetings and it's pretty much go time. This is like the last little bit of summer before it's go time for us.
Yeah. The freshmen will be reporting on July 31st.
Oh, yeah.
And how big is that for you guys to have that? Because you guys do spring football.
Yes, sir.
And so you don't get to get your guys. You start a week later, but the freshmen, because they don't go through spring, get that extra week. And you guys as varsity, you get to have your whole varsity staff get to know those freshmen and coach them, and kind of, we all know how freshmen are. It takes them a little bit to get acclimated. So it's got to be real helpful for them to have a lot of coaches there to kind of help them get settled in their first couple of days of high school.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of one of the reasons we do spring ball. We do it to develop the young guys, because some of your dudes, I mean, they're all playing baseball, running track and all that stuff. And, you want those programs to be successful. And while we're having spring ball, we went an entire spring without 7 kids because they were at the state track meet. But I'm not against anybody that doesn't do spring ball, but I like to do it because we get to develop kind of that next tier of talent, getting those guys ready for depth purposes, or guys are trying to win jobs. And then in the fall, like you said, we get to dedicate a week to the freshmen to where we don't have to worry about, varsity JV practice and all that other stuff, because with the extra hour that the UIL gives us in the summer, you're kind of able to reiterate the spring.
Yeah,
so it works out that way.
It works out good because the freshmen, their heads are probably on. They're probably just spinning around trying to figure out. So you can get them all their equipment done and get their lockers set up and kind of get them into the flow of how the Bowie Volunteers do things. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It takes about a day or two to kind of get them acclimated. And like I said, with our entire coaching staff being there, able to coach those kids, it's been a great thing to. Like I said, that's the reason why I like spring ball, and because of that extra week you get just with the freshmen.
Gotcha. All right, now let's look ahead at 2023. I thought you guys had a good year last year.
Yes, sir.
You got into the playoffs, had some success. Now I know you want to build on that success and have an even better year in 2023. Challenge for that district championship. Look to play after Thanksgiving, those kind of things.
Yes, sir.
What on paper right now? It's just on paper. We haven't popped the pads yet. What would you say are going into the season? Are the strengths of your ball club going to be, and maybe some areas where we got some questions we still need to have answered when fall camp gets going?
I would say on offense, our offensive skill. Offensive skill, and I think our O-line, our tackle position on the O-line is very solid. Center position is very solid. I would say the only question mark is we had a very young quarterback, and Trey Nichols and Jaden Bibbs. They're both young guys. One's going to be a junior, the other one's going to be a sophomore. Trey played a couple times for us last year, so we're kind of excited about him. We're also excited about Jaden because he's a young, talented kid as well. So we're going to try to find ways to let those guys compete for that job. And then defensively, I would say our D-line and safety position are probably our two strongest. And I would say probably on defense, we gotta find us another corner. Okay. I think we got guys we like. We just want somebody to win that job. So. Those are the things that we're looking for on our football team.
And never have enough depth, right? Especially in the trenches. I mean, every coach I've ever heard says I can never have too many offensive and defensive linemen.
Not at all.
You'll be happy to develop depth there too, right?
We need large humans. Yeah, everybody always needs. I got that from Kyle Flood. Everybody needs large humans. Yeah. So
and preferably ones with an angry disposition, right? You like those guys to have a little bit of an angry disposition. Now,
absolutely.
Your district's tough. I mean, Arlington ISD, I thought, I think it's going to be even better top to bottom this year. Martin's obviously going through, it's a coaching change, but they're still doing the same things they're doing. The internal hire. Arlington High brings a lot back. I think Lamar is going to be better. SGP is going to be SGP. Seems like overall, top to bottom, the district's going to be a lot tougher, and you're going to have to be ready to play every Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell everybody, they try to dub, the DeSoto district and those guys as the SEC. But we're kind of like the Big 12 where it's really, really good football. And guys, our district's kind of slept on, and that's not a knock against anything, but we got really good football teams. Like I said, like you said, Martin, they're really good. I think Peach does a really good job at Arlington High. I think Billy is ready to take the next step at Lamar. DeLay does a really good job. And, without a shadow of a doubt, you still have Grand Prairie with Tatamy.
A couple of years ago, they've been sticking around in the playoffs.
That's right. Yeah, he does. He may not have the most talent, but he does a really good job coaching those kids up. And then you also have Sam Houston, which, they're doing what they can to try to get this thing up and running.
They're always dangerous, and you can never count them out, right?
Yeah,
they're going to get up for every Arlington ISD game.
Absolutely.
So,
and so, they got the tradition and history to get it back.
All right, final question before we let you out of here, Coach. Now, I noticed you're wearing a little bit brighter shade of orange this year with a little bit of blue dabbled in there. Now, me and our good friend Guy Frazier have been for a couple of years now saying, Coach, let's go back to the orange and blue. Go back to the orange and blue. Nothing against the burnt orange, but I like the orange and blue. I'm just a bright colors kind of guy. And so, can you give us a little background on the change? Because I know those are Bowie's original colors, right?
So, actually, no.
Okay.
So the original colors of the school are burnt orange and white.
Okay. The first iteration of Bowie.
The first generation Bowie.
Yeah.
So when Kenny Perry got there, he just wanted to kind of change the look up, kind of change things up a bit.
They've been struggling.
Yeah, he wanted to change things up, and so he decided, and Coach Chris used to wear a burnt orange jersey for homecoming. Mm-hmm. So he just decided, let's just wear the burnt orange all the time, and it stuck great, and then but kind of what I saw was, we're burnt orange and everybody else is another color. They're the actual blue and white of the school. Now, I'm never going to wear blue.
Yeah.
But I was like, let's wear the orange. Why not? Let's brighten up the orange a little bit. And, I talked to the alumni, even talked to Kenny Perry. Cause I was like, if I'm going to do this, let me go through my channels.
You got to get Coach Perry's blessing, right? Yeah.
He gave me a hard time when he saw me earlier with this shirt on, but me and KP are really, really good friends. And, but, I was just like, let's kind of not necessarily get rid of the old, but let's update what Kenny Perry's built on.
And you want all the sports at Bowie look the same, right? Because you're right. The other sports have been the brighter orange with a little bit of blue mixed in as an accent color, right?
Yes.
So, okay.
So
all right,
that was it.
There you go. Well, Coach, we look forward to seeing the new uniforms coming, new jerseys coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we got some things coming.
Okay. We'll have to wait till week 1, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good deal. Well, Coach, appreciate your time. As there's Kenny Perry right there. Probably come over to give you a hard time now. So appreciate your time. Good luck in 2023, and we appreciate what you do for student athletes in the state of Texas.
Hey, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks.